So, yeah, right. Hi everyone. Okay, let's have a look at where we got to last time. Just have a quick look at the game. This week, I think we're going to be working on the enemy model, and if we get time, then we'll try and put the enemy model into the game. But we'll have to wait and see if we get that far. So this is where we were. Last week we managed to get the skybox working with the hole in it, and we still have the bullets. They still just travel in a straight line, but we will be working on that at some point and explode at the end. So that's where we're at. We'll close that for now and have a look at the viewer. I made a small change. So cargo dev, and we want to select assets, GLTF. Won't get us all taken to, unfortunately. It was head.gltf, and yep, that's, so hopefully this will work. To start with, it's quite loud. Turn that down a little bit. Stream. Don't go there. There we go. Should be just about audible while not drowning my voice out. So. Oh dear, we've had a, what is that? Okay, well, that's a good start, accepted the, panicking function can't unwind, the system can't find the path specified. Yes, that is fair, because we need to put source Tory in there, I think. Nope, still not. Okay, maybe it needs to be a hard. Okay, it's because it's running from. Okay, yeah, so it's right here. So we'll just. Specify the whole path. Will it accept the mixed? No, it doesn't like the mixed slashes because I'm using git bash. Let's try this. Come on. 5th time's the charm. Oh, it still doesn't like it. Okay, let's. So it's GLTF, enemy heads, GLTF. Okay. Just make that a lowercase c. We're getting tab completion now, which is a good sign that it's working. Failing this, we will. Oh, why doesn't it like the. Using default shaders, the following directory. Okay. It's just lib. Line 35. Okay. And line 35. Oh! Yeah. That's my bad. You just need to put the GLTF name. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we scale it up a bit, we zoom out, and we should see the cowl that we created last time, which I think is by far the most complex of the of the things that we're making, of the object. So the body, I'm hoping, should be relatively straightforward. But the first thing I'm going to do is in the GLTF exporter that we're using, is to create a enemy complete, and then to build, and then we'll reference that. Just need to change this to enemy head txt. Excuse me. Right. 0, 0, no rotation, and we leave out all of the color stuff. So we're going to do cargo run. We pass in VCC clone enemy complete and copy outputs enemy GLTF to the cup one GLTF viewer. This app GLTF viewer source Tory assets GLTF. We'll just copy it into there. So that should work. And now when we rerun this with enemy complete, you should be able to see exactly the same thing, essentially, because it's just taking the other asset and building it on top of the model in one go. And there we go, we can see there that we've got the thing, so let's scale up and zoom out a little bit, and you can see the cow. It's exactly the same as it was before. Obviously when we move the 0, 0 points based on the body, we'll need to move the head up, otherwise the two will overlap, but we'll do that once we have the start of the body. And so now, just need to check, yeah, essentially we want to find the points at the furthest x coordinates of either side, and that's where we're going to start with attaching our body composites. So, best thing to do is to view this as a CSV file, it's a bit easier to read, and we're just looking for the widest x coordinates. I see a 0.4, so anything more than 0.4. No. Okay, so 0.4 is the start point, and that is, oh, that's okay. Yeah, so I have a drawing, that's a rough sketch of what I wanted. I don't know if it's going to pick up on here, but that's a, no it's not, no. I hold it up to the screen, it blanks out because it's not a face. Okay, so yeah, it's essentially, let's see, 1, 2, 3, so the body's about twice as high as the head. I wanted quite a squat enemy, like we had in the original sort of draft, and yes, we'll go from there. So really, so I think the body would probably want to go 0.5 up, because I think this was 0.5 high. I think that's what we're going on. Oh, 0.75. Okay, no, it's actually a bit bigger. So 0.75 to 0.25. I think. But there was a bit hanging down the back. Well, I guess the first thing to do would be just to add it in, get started, see how it looks. Okay, anybody.txt. And in complete, we want to add this. I think, well, if we know it's going to be so we decided that the head was a 1 block, so that needs to be at 1, I think, to move it up, and then this needs to be body. And yeah, so in here, so we'll start at 0.4, which I think is the left-hand side because it's mirrored for some reason. I think that might be a problem with the viewer. It shouldn't be a problem for us. And we want to do 1.0 up, and the Z. Let's see how far forwards. Yeah, we want to get this one to see how far forward in the Z coordinate, which is this one that this point is. So we will look up from here. It's at minus 5. Just add a little bit. Yeah, so it's 0.15 and minus 0.5. Yeah, well, let's try it. So 0.15. Then we want the color. Just going to copy the commented colors from the top here, so we've got our palette available to us. So we'll make that purple. Oh, actually, it's the let's make it the light purple, and then it should contrast with the dark purple. Maybe change the color in a bit. And the UV coordinates will set to 0, 0. That's what we did on all of the others. Yeah, they're all just 0, 0. So we want to start. So we're starting from this point, and then we want to come out a bit. So let's go to 1.0. And from that wing, have a look. So 0.4, 0.25, and then it goes back to 0.3. No, I see. Right. Okay. The 0.4 is this back one here because it sticks out ever so slightly, I think. Yeah. So we've got a forward one at 0.5 and back one at 0.25. Yes. So stick that out. The height we will make 1.0, and the distance back, let's make that 0, 0. Just make this the same color for now. And then let's go to stick with 0.4 and 1.0, and stick it back with 0.15. And yeah, let's just stick that together. Oops. And see what happens. It should, once it finishes building, it builds the application. Yeah, it's actually pretty close to what I was hoping, but obviously the heights are a little bit off. I think we've moved the head up a little bit too much. So let's try putting that at 0.5 and see what happens. Okay, 0.5 wasn't enough, so we need that 0.75. Let's see what happens now. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's in the right place. You probably want the shoulder to drop off a little bit. So body, let's make that 0.8. And nope, not that one. Okay, 0.8. Going there. Yes, we've also got these in the wrong order. Otherwise, the normals won't render correctly. So we'll just go Oh, this is a much faster feedback loop than having to select the head every time. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's quite wide. Given that I wanted to have the arm be its own model as well, so I'll maybe not make it stick out as much. Maybe go to 0.8. And I think that's a good start. Yeah, but yeah, 0.8 should be right, and then we'll get on with drawing the rest of the body. Okay, that's good. Yep, I think that's a good place. What I might do actually is make the shoulders square, so I'll actually turn that into a rectangle. So instead of going, yes, then we want that to be, I think that's the front one because minus is towards, away, and then we'll take these, and we want to start from the rear one, which is this, and starting from the rear one, going anti-clockwise, so we then want to go that wants to be, if we're doing the front one there, so that's starting from the back, going to the tip, going to the front, yep. We're starting from the back, going to the, go tip at minus 1.5, and that should do it. Did not do it. Got them wrong. So that has drawn two. Oh yeah, the second one was right. It's the tip that's wrong. It does need to be minus 5 because it's kind of, yeah. That's where I went wrong. Okay, nice. A nice flat shoulder there. Oh, I guess I should just fill in the side, just go all the way down to the bottom. So we'll start from the tips and go down to -1. So yeah, this is the two ends, and we're starting with the rear one, but actually just start at the front one, and then we want to go from the front one, which is this, down to the rear one, but set that to -1, and then go to the other one. Hang on, if I mess this up. This one's going from the, yeah, it's going from the rear one to the front one, back way around. So from the front one to the back one to the bottom tip for the first triangle, front one, back one to the bottom tip, back one, and then we're starting from the front tip at the top, going to the rear lower, and then go to the front one. Yes, that should be right. We should start labeling these or we're going to get lost. Shoulder left. Just going to check what convention we used for left and right. So we're going to get, so the right side used positive integers. Yeah, so this is actually the shoulder right. This is the drop side. And run that. See what we get. something happened. Oh no, it did. Yes, there we go. That's, yep. It's gone down. Excellent. So that is the base, and I think we should, at this point, do the copy for the left. Side. Sides. Right, side left. And then we should just invert all of these. And then of course we need to swap the polygons around, I think, in order to make sure the normals are correct. So we'll just swap the middles out. Rerun that, should have it on both sides. Excellent. Well, that's easy enough. We'll copy the back. So I think now, once you start getting the connecting up to this set of triangles here at the back of the hood, and then continue tapering down to make it a bit wider on the base. But I wanted a sort of rounded effect, so I do want the sides to be this thin, and then we'll expand them around the fronts. Yeah, well, let's do the back first. So we need to find this coordinate and this coordinate, and then the very tip from the hat. So we go to the head, and we need to find the, what is that? That is the lowest tip. So it is whatever the lowest value here is, and I'm pretty sure it's negative. Yeah, there we go, and it's called tail, which I think is the right thing. So minus 0.2 appears to be the lowest coordinate, so that is, and it's 0, yeah, that is definitely the one we need. Do the right side first. Shoulder right. That's where we're connecting to, but we want to start from, so we want to start from this coordinate first, so that's going to be this one. To be, oh, this is going backwards, and then connect there. So let's see what that does. So I'm going to leave the dark shading on the tip just for now. We'll see what happens with that. Okay, yeah, that's okay. That's good, except that of course it's not connecting to the back of the hood because the y coordinate is different. So that is actually going to be, so it's supposed to be -2, but it needs to be 1 minus 2, so we're going to make that 0.8. And I'll rerun that, see if it works. Okay, right, no, 0.8 wasn't quite right, so let's go with, try 0.3. It's going to be 0.5, I think maybe 0.5. Is nearly there, seems to get off a smidgen, so let's try 0.55, see if that overshoots. pretty good to me. Yeah, that's where it's got to. Nice. Okay, let's do that one. Then I think we want to go to about halfway, so we'll go for 0y and just connect this block here and see what that looks like. So we want to go from the leftmost point to the tip, which is that one, to the leftmost point, but 0. No, see what happens. Yeah, excellent. That's done what I hoped it would do. And now we want to do this one, but we want to come out a little bit more. So we want to take the lowest tip, the tip of the hood, and then we'll come down to about minus 0.25. So leftmost point of the hood. Have I got these the wrong way around? Yes, I have. So again, thinking of the normals. So we want the lower one, then the upper one, then the tip. Okay, and then this one we wanted the lower one, then the tip. That. We wanted 0x coordinate. I think we wanted to be minus 0.25. And we want to move back just a little bit, so let's try 3.5. Let's see what happens. Yep, let's give us a nice little circle there. And then two more triangles just to fill in this bit. Let's get over here. Let's get over a point there. So we will take the leftmost points, and then the center lower points, and then we want to go to. Does it go down to minus 1? Yes, it does. Okay. Like this, but not minus 1. Cool. Let's fill in that one, and then finally we'll just go from here down to the ground. So make it stick out just a little bit. Back right just to separate them, and we want it to go from the lowest points up to the center points, down to the center points at minus 0.5, and we will move that back another little bit. Let's see what happens there. Okay, that did not do what I expected it to do, because that was minus 1. Excellent. And that's the, yep, that's the back done. This now we've got the back and the shoulder. Let's see what we've got. that. And left, just the labels correctly. All of these two zeros. And swap the excellent. So the back is done. I'm sort of tempted to make the lower point dark as well, just to give a bit more of an interesting. So that is on -1. Also change it on the sides as well. Let's rerun that. Okay, it looks like looks a bit odd on the sides. That's because I've made this one dark as well, so that's search for where that one is. There. That's the oh no, hang on, it's still at the bottom. 8.5, but I think it's this one. No, that's in the middle, so that's correct. So that's a -1, it's light. That one should be dark. It's the drop side, isn't it? It's the... It shouldn't be doing that. That's just what happens. Let's try rerunning and see what happens there. Yeah, that did not work. Did I not save? I didn't save. Nothing. That should have changed this point. Let's be dark. Oh, hang on. Let's change that one. Oops. That's why I copied the wrong thing. Let's see if this makes it look a bit less weird. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. It was the wrong thing. I'm okay with that. I think maybe later we'll try and put the same gold trim on the back shoulder, maybe run down here, but we'll have to add new polygons to do that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, now I've got to figure out how to add the same color scheme. Basically just all the -1s on the left side. So we run this. Should have that same shading across both. Yep, you can see that, and it's down the sides as well. Excellent. So now let's do the fronts. So I want this to stick out quite a bit more now, with a proper like chest area, but we also need to cover the middle parts. So I suspect best method will be, I think, try and go from here to the center, and then we'll do another one up here to connect to the face. Yeah, I think that's, I don't know, that is, yeah, whether we want to connect to, yeah, I think maybe we want to do a triangle here and then one to connect along the front part of the, yeah, and then coming out into the middle. I think that's going to be the best idea. So I'm going to take the left side, so put it here. Take the shoulder. Just take a copy of the shoulder and figure it out now. So we'll go from the top one. For one, oh, my battery on my headset is low. Give me a second. So yep, so there's that one. So let's do 0.4 and at 1 and forward forward is 0.5 because I did comes out of the screen. No, it's negative. So that's the front one. Yeah, that's the front one. And then we want to go to 0.4. 8. Just want to make sure it's in the right zone. Yeah, that's done what I hoped it would do. Difficult to, yeah, I really need to correct the controls on this. And then I think I want it to pop out a bit as well. So I'll bring that forward even more. 8 and so about 3.5, just see if that pops out. Yeah, I like that. That's good. So now I'll start filling in these zones here. I need to get up to, yeah, I think what I might do is just connect along here and see what happens. We'll go to the middle point first. Doesn't it stick out too much? No, because it's in front of the face. So I think that's right. And then I wanted it to come just in front of the face. So we're going to investigate the face last. No, face. Okay, whichever one is the most far forward, which is minus 0.25. It looks like, no, it's a minus 3. Oh, actually, is that the? yeah, it's. Wait, what did I say? Yeah, it's negative is coming towards us, so it's 0.25. Yeah, 0.25 is the forwardmost, so we will go with that. So I'm going to go from the top one to the bottom one. And to 0. Let's take a 5. Same color. Oops. 4. Oops. Well, that went a lot. Did I write 0? Yeah. That's fine. Giant dagger sticking out in front of him. There we go. That connects that part, and then we just need to fill out the front again. So we want to go from that one to this point to the center. We'll build out the rest of the body from there. So from there to the frontmost point. Build that out. Excellent. That's great. Now we can start to fill out the rest of this. So I would say let's go from this point to this point. Straight down from there. I want to go out a little bit more. So I think we'll maybe do a half point. So we'll go down to here on the front. There's more flexibility, and that was at 0, I think, in the height direction. So let's go from the frontmost points here to the leftmost point of the first one. To that, put out 0. Excellent. Let's fill that out nicely. And then we'll have the next one come down, so we'll go with the it's starting to get a bit difficult to tell them apart now, but we'll do the right upper one to this one to here, and it'll stick out a little bit more, so let's say 0.55. Sticking out a little bit much. So 4, 5. Yeah, that looks good. Gives them a bit of bulk to them. And we want to connect up these parts as well. I think we had a light purple in the colour. Didn't, but we did have purple too. Right, let's let's make halfway down purple 2 then. So anything on the front side that is at 0. Let's see what that does to the colour. Yeah, that's like soft gradient on the front, and then we'll go from that colour down to dark at the bottom. So yeah, I guess we'll just fill the last bit in here. From there we'll go for the centre one to the left one. To left, so we want to make that be the dark purple. Might as well fill in the rest of it while we're here. So we then want to go from the top one, 4, to the lower point. This one. Actually, copy this so it's the colour. 4, this one. 5, stick out a bit more. And then that. Excellent. That's done what I hoped. It's a nice like cowl. Yeah, like a tenty type thing going on. So now we want to connect this part to the centre. Oops. Lower far right. This would be upper far right. And then we've got the upper inner right for the next part. These coordinates goes to 0. There. We go from the centre, excuse me, the centre. So I'm going from the centre to the left, and then down to this point. So centre to left. And down to the upper far right, and the rightmost one, that is at 0. I think that's what I wanted, just going to check. Yes, that's it. And then we want to go from the centre point to the lower point to the centre point again, so 0. I think that's right. Check that. Cool. And then finally go down to the floor, and then I guess we can try and fill in the feet. I don't know that we're ever going to see them from up anyway, because we're just going to have 2 feet shuffling underneath. So actually, I don't think we need to close that hole. I think it should be fine. So this was upper inner right, and finally the lower inner rights. And start from the lower points, which are here. Swap those round, so we start from the centre, then go out, and then go down to the floor, which is the lower far right. It's the innermost one. That works. Yep. Finally close the loop. So we go from the centre to the lower one. Back to the middle. There we go. Excellent. Gives them a bit of body, something for us to shoot at. Yeah, I quite like the crinkle effect on the back. The shading's not quite right, but hopefully when we put lighting in, it'll make it look okay. And it does contrast a little bit with the hood there. It's quite bright, so maybe maybe darken the upper parts. It's probably worth doing that now before I do a copy. So we want the upper. No, we want the centering pieces. So that is anything at 1.4. Actually, let's start with the shoulder. The shoulder rights. Inner one to be the darker colour. Yeah, that's good. I mean, there isn't abrupt colour changes. So then we just need to get these other ones, and we can find those by looking at the height, which is 1.0. So anything that is, choose this to see us a little bit easier. So anything that's 1.0 on the front right. Nope, not quite right, I've missed one. I think it's just this one here that we need. So it's going to be at 0 and a height of 1. Zero and a height of 1. That's the one I missed. Just double check the shading's working correctly. Yeah, excellent. This is nice and smooth. There's a little gap in there. That's not good. So let's put in a corrective triangle to that. Yeah, you can't see it from here. That's fine. Let's scale that down. There we go. You can see the triangle there. So I think we go from this point to this point, and then just back into the head somewhere. So so 0, 1, to, it's going to be 0.41. Yep, that's done it. It's hidden the cat. Great. Okay, so that was everything in the front right. All the way down to the left. First. Add negative signs. To front left and swap all of the triangles around for the nose. Scale up. Okay, the front looks great, and now we just need the shoulder. We have to correct the shoulder parts. So shoulder left. Okay, and we'll get the, because it's 105, the dark purple colour. So 105. And it's, yeah, it's just everything at the very top of the shoulder, so that's going to be anything at 1. There we go. And that's added the dark shading to there. Cool. Well, there's our guy. And we do need some arms. He's quite wide, but just make them stout fellas. Maybe, yeah. I think the back. I think we need to make this a dark colour on the back as well. So we will go for back shoulder left. Anything at 1. It's just the 1 point. Yes. Back shoulder right. Position. Yeah, that looks much nicer, I think. the hood now blends into the back properly. Get some nice smooth colour transitions, and jarring ones. So that's that. Because now we have to add arms. So yeah, let's add the arms, and then we'll see. I suspect what might happen is that I end up coming back to reducing this 0.8 to maybe a 0.6 once we stick the arms on the edge. It might be too wide, but we'll see. Let's see what happens there. So let's go and complete. Oops. Just trying to think if we want to offset. I think we do. We want it to be 0.25 up. We definitely want to offset this. We want to offset that to 0.8. And we're going to start building the arms. So I'll do the same thing, copy the colour palette in there. Like this. And then we want to go from. So this is the one that will connect to the shoulder. But we can't take the shoulder coordinates, but we can, I suppose you can take some shoulder coordinates. And the first thing I would say is that we want to get just a shoulder sticking straight out, maybe ever so slightly down. So we'll take this first, but then we'll normalize it to 0. Let's run it, see where that puts it. Okay, well, that did not work as expected. You'll see it's kind of messed up. Yeah, that has put the entire thing. Oh yes, I know exactly why. Let's change that to arm. It's just putting an extra body on, slightly offset. Well, that's not far off where we need it to be. It's a little high, so let's go. Oh yes, because it's the same height as the body. Yeah, okay. Let's just get trying to offset different color. Yeah, pretty close. Still a little high, yeah, because it's just moved across, so we do need to move it down a little. I'll actually do that here. So these want to be 0.8, and then I guess we'll make that 0.6. And we want to make all of the colours the same as well. Otherwise it won't blend in with the existing stuff from the shoulder. Cool, that has done what I hoped it would do. We can maybe make the extremities, rather than being the dark purple, we can make those the slightly darker purple. Which will help to give a bit of character to the So next up, we want to probably exactly what we did with the body, where we just want to do the drop first. So we will be starting from the front. Drops, so starting from the front, going to the back. Then to the floor. Four. At the back. Yep. Wait. Then we'll do the other part of that. Going from the front to the lower extremity. Just move that one forward. So from here, then we will need to come back in a bit. So we'll do the one, I think from here. I don't think we need to overcomplicate the arms too much. So maybe just here to here to here. We do at some point need to add a little bit. Yeah, I think maybe actually let's come down a bit first. So go here to here to here. Yeah, let's do that. So go from, pull this shoulder joint. Oops. And go from the upper part at the front to the lower part of the front. Lower parts front, and then finally let's go here, but with the, move it down, okay. Okay, I've managed to put the one at the back, so just relabel that and pretend that didn't happen. I always get confused with the Z coordinates. And we also need to do this to correct the numbers because I was looking for the wrong thing. We'll just double check that that's doing it, so it's going from the outermost one to the uppermost one to, yeah, that's anti-clockwise, so that's good. And then we've got the front one. Oops. Okay. Got the front and the back. Maybe it needs to come down a little bit more. So let's try. Oh yeah, that didn't work. Let's undo that. It's the lower center one, isn't it? That's right. Okay, looks good. And then from here we'll come in ever so slightly. So we'll go there to there to there. Maybe, yeah. So go from the lower one to the upper one, down to the bottom. That's the first part. So did I do the front end of that? Good. Okay, so let's do front. So the lower one in the front, so that's that. To the middle one at the front. To the lower part of the arm drop at the front. The front being positive. So that one. Just check that that's confirming. I've done it again. Okay, we'll do it back. Go, and then I think we want to take a triangle from the lower points to the inner points, and then down to here, which will be ever so slightly in. So to the lower points, to the inner points. Offset I did. Yeah. Lower points to inner points to lower points. Not. So let's make it 1.1. Let's see what that does. Yeah, great. Okay. And then do the same for the fronts. Might as well double check the normals while I'm here. So it goes from 0 to 0.4, which is here. You want to go up to the upper. Yeah. So that's great. And then swap that normal as well. Which goes to the front. So I'll remember to correct the Z translation. There we go. And we just need to fill in this gap here, which should be fairly easy because we know all the points already. Go from, I have to draw this out, sorry, I'm struggling to visualize without the, oh actually, get rid of the body, it won't be in the way. Which means we can check that we've left it solidified. So we want to do the shoulder square first, and then the square to connect this. Rectangle to connect that. shoulder would be we'll start from the shoulder here. Right, we'll call this shoulder fill. And we'll go from the go from the back one to the front one to the lower back. So the back one to the front one, front one to the lower back, which would be this. Nope, it's 0. It wasn't on the shoulder. Yeah, so we'll have to take the back one. Down to, I think we went to 0.4 shoulder dimensions for it. So we'll rerun that. Colour doesn't matter quite so much on this because it's going to be mostly hidden. I just want to make sure that when we rotate the arm, because sort of picture that the enemies will like raise their arm and to throw the balls, that just in the off chance that it does expose it, it doesn't expose an empty joint, because that was inappropriate. So we'll go shoulder fill. We'll call this shoulder fill. Actually, no, it's just shoulder fill. It's going to be arm fill. So then we're going from the lower points to the upper front to a lower point upper front. Okay, I will not do that properly while I'm here. Because okay, the infill there is working, and we'll just do the arm fill. The lower parts of the to the drop, basically. So that's the front one. So let's go from the back one to the front one to the fronts at the bottom, all the way down to -4. Just check that. Yep, that's what I'll probably do. And then we want to go from the back. Oh wait, did it? No, yes, it needs to come in slightly. So where did the -4? -4 to 0.4. No, so it's a -4 at 0.1. There we go. We might as well do this one while we're here. Take the lower points back to the lower point at the front to the upper point at the back. Nope. So looking at this, the lower points are correct. I got the wrong thing. So yeah, of course, that's once again the Z plane has caught me out. I think it's going to be a recurring theme on this stream. There we go, that's now solid. And we definitely need to fill in the arm underneath. It's going to be a bit tricky to see, although it would be if we weren't going to. We can rotate the arm. I've forgotten the syntax for that. That's scaling. It's RGB. Oh yeah, the rotation's in the thing. So we will. So this is. So it does X, Y, and Z. We want to rotate it on the X coordinate. So we need to add the others in, so I think it defaults to Y if you only put one. And then this needs to be. I can't do pi over 2 in my head, so I'm going to use a calculator. Go, 7, and that's 90 degrees. It should be sticking straight out in front now. It is, yeah. That's just so that we can see down this hole here to make sure that's filled in. So the sleeve fill, and this will be all the lower coordinates, which of course are -0.4, and they're moving between these. So let's take, so 0.4 is the outer one, and let's go 0.4 to go back. So we'll start at the front, front, then to the back, and then to the 0.1 to the front, to the back, to the 0.1 at the back. Oh, I didn't store the face color, but it's actually 0.1. Remember, it's 1. Just it was a very, very dark grey, almost black. Yeah. Yes, excellent. We'll put that at 0.38. Give just a little bit of sleeve. See what that looks like. Yeah, I quite like that. I think it's a nice effect. So then we need to fill in the rest of it. So for that, we will go the far side to the front side, to the front side, excellent. So that's filled in that gap there, and then I'm going to cheat ever so slightly on the on this stream and use a circle that I've generated before in the examples. Sphere. Okay, I do not have, definitely have a sphere in here. So this is for a thing I was working on. No, I don't. Generate ball, there we go. Sphere, and how big is this? I actually don't think we don't need a particularly complex sphere. That's only 300 lines long. This one is thousands, so we're going to take this one. And then on the arm, and right at the end, we'll just import this. Sphere. Sphere.txt. It needs to be at minus 0. No, it needs to be at halfway between. So it's going to be 0.25. So what was 0.3 between 6.5? Yeah, 0.25. And at minus 0.38 and at 0, we want to override the color so that let's try it with the trim color, see what that does. Oh, I did still at first go. No, I didn't see that before. The rotation doesn't matter. Just keep that rotated in that direction, and then to override the color. The color is with square brackets. Let's see what this does. Okay, well, it did something, but it did not put it in the right place, and it is far too big. So we need to scale that down. So we do also need scale. I think that needs to be 1/4 of the size in all directions. And the don't know how it ended. It probably doesn't compound the yeah, okay, that's, yeah, I think it doesn't compound the offsets, so we will also have to take into account the, okay, so sorry, this is it. I think the hand is about the right size. So this, I'm trying to put the hand into the sleeve, so it needs to be minus 0.38. But then I will comment that because we're going to be building the arm separately from the body, this is just for debug purposes, we need to, do you know the 0.8 as well? Yeah, I think so. So 0.8 plus 0.38 is going to be 1.18. Yeah, let's try that. It's probably not liking the rotation. Yeah, the rotation's gone all messed up as well, because it doesn't carry the rotations over. So let's undo the rotation on this. It's definitely something I need to work out at some point. Yeah, now all of my offsets are messed up. Oh, it's so low there. Oh, yeah, that's why. Let's just check that the height's correct, because I think that should be correct now. Okay, yeah, the height's correct, the X offset is not, so. Nearly there. We need that plus 0.25, so that would be 1.05. Awesome. Well, I think that is now in the right place, and we've got a hand. Should be like a semicircle essentially sticking through. If we were being true purists, we'd redefine the sphere to only have the polygons in the top half. Maybe at some point I'll do that, but I don't think that's going to be an interesting thing to do on stream, so I won't do that now. Cool, so let's put the body back in. Okay, so that's working, and then we can do this, and simply rotate in the y-axis by pi, and that should add a second arm in. Without us having to mess about with actually drawing the coordinates. Cool. Yeah. Again the same problem. It doesn't include the balls. It's just drawn two balls, one on top of the other. So I guess we can just for now do this. Just to see what it will look like. There we go. Have an enemy, two hands, still missing feet, but I think we've come to the end of the stream. I normally go for about an hour and a half, and we've been going for an hour and a half. So yeah, I think we'll leave that there. There's no code to check in today because we didn't actually get a chance to add the models yet. But next time we will finish off the feet, which really won't take long at all. And then we can start adding the enemies and moving them around, having them walk around in the arena. And then after that we can connect up the shooting, we'll make sure the bullets go in the right direction, and yeah, move on from there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, hope to see you again in the future. Okay, have a great weekend.